think the camera's a bit off. No, the other way. There we go. All right, welcome to Raising Funds for World Domination, day number 306, I think. Okay. So there's no updates on the anticipated appeal. There is a sponsored block type available in the store. And I guess I've been publishing a lot more shorts lately. It seems like they actually help the overall views on the channel. All right, let's continue with work on the terminal block mining simulation game. So the current feature is updating the class that handles the in-memory, the chunks that are currently loaded in memory, updating that so it works with multiple clients. So most of the infrastructure for the client end of multiplayer, not the server end, is here, but the memory model is not quite working yet. So at least it compiles. Orthoplex 64. I don't think I agreed to do yet. How's it going? Okay. So, actually, I was kind of stuck yesterday, but I thought, I think one of the benefits of only working, like doing an hour of focused work a day on this, is like I actually think about this. I was like, I can't remember when it occurred to me today. I think it was like early in the morning before I woke up. I was thinking about the potential inconsistency with having two different clients talking to this memory model and sending the subscribe messages. And then I realized actually it does make sense, because if you have two different clients that have technically overlapping regions loaded, it would make sense. It would make sense to have duplicate subscriptions in that case, because when one client unsubscribes, then the other one will subscribe. So I think what I'll do for tonight to kind of keep this working and slowly refactor it, I think I'll make an interface. Okay, that'll be an interface. Okay, that is only to pass the reference. So we'll start by creating an interface that implements these things. And the client block model context will be a thing that implements this. So much code banished to the Shadow Realm. It's not quite vanished, actually. I just was lazy and started this by copying and pasting an existing class, so it's still in the other one. Game Dev Chat says, cheers and good evening, Robert. How's it going? Who's to say whether the code wanted to go to the Shadow Realm? Who's to say whether the code wanted? I don't know. Nobody, I guess. So I'm thinking about renaming this already, because it's not really a container. It's more of like a, I guess the interface is probably the correct word. In-memory chunks user, in-memory chunks client. That's better. Because there's going to be multiple things that'll interact with the in-memory chunks class. Becomes pending. Shibal says, yo, how's it going? I was a bit confused by your last video. Seemed to jump between a few things. Critiques on bribery of public officials. How venture capital can ruin ideas. Of setting a vision for the future. It was kind of the thing is, it takes so long to like properly organize ideas. I need to get more content out faster, because the last last December I did the how to become a 37-year-old broke loser video. That one did well. So I thought like, oh, okay, if I can do a few of these like deep dive topics, organize the thoughts well, maybe I can repeat that pattern. And there are a few other there's a couple other big channels that said the same. They did like these like long, people like to listen to these long podcast type things, and they had some success with that. So I thought, I might as well just dump some of my experience. So I did that with a couple of videos, and they performed very poorly, which is not good because they took a lot of time. So I thought, okay, I got to get out more faster paced content and just get stuff out instead of polishing it. For that one, it's a tough call because I think as kind of disorganized as it is, it's probably I think most people can identify that the way the world is right now, there's so many significant issues in the world, and everyone thinks like, hey, why can't things be better? Everyone can identify that, but there's so many reasons why things can't be better. So, and of course, there's the logical analysis of it. Like there's a channel called Not Just Bikes, which does like public infrastructure critique and stuff. That channel I think is really good because it goes into a lot of the the practical implications, like the fact that especially around here in Mississauga in Ontario, our public transit is really awful, and they have all these you have to drive to a parking garage, and then you have to drive and then park and then get on public transit, and these just massive, hostile. It's almost like if you designed the most hostile urban environment possible. That's kind of what Ontario is like. And the critiques are valid, but at the same time, I think a lot of the reason, if you answer why does it happen, a lot of it is, it's the financial side. It's how do we incrementally, how do we finance this tomorrow? Because the money has to come from somewhere. You can't just centrally plan everything. So I think that the financial critique makes sense. And the broader, I probably will do a follow-up video actually, to maybe just give some specific examples of what I'm talking about. I guess I'm trying to define a new vague specific concept that I've never seen anyone articulate before about specifically something creating futuristic visions, but also not allowing them to get just fleshing out the back of the envelope calculations and focusing on that, because a lot of times when you discuss things, it's very easy to get sidetracked in into the corruption, like I started off in that video, or in ideological considerations, there's 10 million different people argue about well, the problem is capitalism. If we were all just communist, then everything would be fine. And then people argue about that, which has nothing to do with it doesn't matter if you have a capitalist or communist society. It still takes a fixed number of hours and a fixed number of concrete to build something. So you can still just focus on the physical calculations. And then once you have like a design, then it's kind of easier to sell it in a particular model and ownership structure, and to think about financing and stuff. Confused about what exactly? Oh, I guess the previous comment. Sort of just like things on your mind. Yeah, I guess a lot. Well, there seems like a pretty popular genre of YouTube. It's just like people sit down and don't like organize their thoughts or ideas and just like ramble into the camera. I guess I probably should. I may be forced to do that a bit more, because the well articulated videos on topics that are like, a couple hours long, it takes a lot of time to put those together, and if the revenue doesn't come from them, then I can't sustain that. Like when you ramble, yeah, but I mean, I have like 300 live streams. If people want to watch me ramble, there's like 300 live streams of me rambling. But I guess those don't really. I don't know. There's basically zero revenue from the live streaming. There's the odd super chat, but I kind of thought. It's weird. When it started off, I was getting new memberships and stuff, but I actually think that. I think the live streams are hurting the channel, so I may have to cut them off. I think I'll probably try to go for the 365 live stream, but as it is now, it looks like I'm gonna probably have to cut it off. Can't afford to keep doing it. I never get. There's no membership growth from it. I lose subscribers every live stream, and I guess I kind of I don't really. Super chats are nice. It seems like there's a small number of very dedicated super chatters, which I kind of feel guilty. If it's like a couple people giving hundreds of dollars, I kind of thought it would maybe be like, just a larger pool of random people who give $20 or something, or like, I mean, honestly, the best would be like become a channel member on the $1 tier, and then forget that you're a channel member, and then that's like not too burdensome for people. If I could get 1,000 of those people, that would be great. Go to 365. Yeah, I mean, I'm close to 365 anyway, so. RIP and live stream. 365 is a good run. Yeah, it was it's a good enough experiment. Subs increased ever since he started the streams. Well, when I go into my channel metrics, all of the I think it was in there today, over the last 30 days, I've lost like 20 or 30 subscribers from live streaming. And like shorts and videos are like plus 2,000 for the last like 30 days. So it's almost exclusively losing subscribers as a result of the streams. All of the subscribers come from the videos. And there's been no growth. When I started off, I had I reached like 100 concurrent viewers for a while, but it's gone downhill since then, and I think I rarely get above 20. But it's not surprising. I'm surprising that many people were even interested in the beginning. Have you considered more engaging live stream content? I could, but the problem is it just takes so much time to do. I could, like, if I prepare content, what I could do maybe is I maybe go to 365 and then do like once a week or something. Maybe prepare. Some people have said about like doing news or something. So maybe I would do that or something. I don't know. I'll have to reflect on it. I do think there have been some surprising benefits, I think, to live streaming. One is it gives me a good idea of like people ask like questions about stuff, and actually I need to make a bunch of new shorts, so I'll probably do at least one, at least a few shorts that are for some of the frequently asked questions I get on stream. Live in Guelph. Apologies, I was unable to make it to any of the University of Waterloo get-togethers. No worries. Yeah, the first one, the whole thing was just an experiment, see if anyone would show up and who would show up. Because I technically, that's the only way I can tell if any of the subscribers and chatters are real. They could all be AI. The first one had maybe like approximately 20 or something people, mostly almost all from UW. The second meetup had 2 people show up, and the last one, I decided I deliberately didn't announce it because I didn't. I won't be able to commit to going to every single term, but I was kind of hoping that maybe someone would repost it without my intervention, to post it on the UW subreddit or something, but I guess not. To make up some personalized reward for all channel members, and people will be $1 members for 1 month, but some will inevitably forget to cancel. Maybe I don't know. Even if I got like a personalized reward, it depends what it was. Yeah, it would be hard. It'd be hard to do anything compelling enough that would actually convert. I don't know. It's honestly, it's. I think most of the people who subscribe and become channel members do it just because they're just like, hey, I want to see more of this. But to have a reward that's compelling enough I'd probably have to put a lot of effort to it. But to do 200 personalized rewards, like if I did 1,000 personalized rewards, that would be quite a bit. And then if like 66% of people cancel, that might be like, it might be too much of a commitment. For the ASMR mukbang streams, I guess there's a market for that then. Not a fan of orthoplex tactics at all. Well, for $1 a month, I think that's pretty. If people forget, people can always not forget and then cancel. Can confirm I'm an AI LLM. There's a lot of you out there these days. If only it was so easy to not forget. Yeah, it's like figuring out how to like what specific conversion event really makes all the difference is difficult. There's lots of people that say, like, people who will show up and say like, "Hey, this is awesome. I want to contribute. How do I contribute?" Or like they're like, "You should totally get a Patreon," and I have one, and then I'll be like, "And here it is. You can click the link here," and then they don't become a channel member. So it's people seem like surprisingly like not aware that they can, become a channel member or join Patreon or whatever. I guess I have to do a better job pushing that and promoting it. I was kid, but I followed because you were outspoken and were open about your situation. Yeah, hopefully some of the specific information I put out there will lead to some improvements with our housing situation and immigration situation and all the problems we got going on. I see opportunity in a lot of places, but I'm in Western U.S. in a town with low cost of living. Pretty easy to start business here. Might understand the problems in other places, but I just don't experience them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would hope that, listen, I know there are, I don't know, rent evictions are becoming more common. I never really expected, there's a lot about this rent eviction situation I didn't expect to be so crazy. And also in starting a business, like I never thought, thought starting a business was ambitious, but I never thought it was like impossible level. Like I didn't realize there were so many like systemic and structural problems with the entire economy and system. It's almost like entrepreneurship is becoming like literally impossible. Like you can maybe become like an independent trades contractor, but starting a business from scratch is increasingly becoming like not a thing that is doable. I think people will immediately assume that there is a gimmick of some sort for getting these subscribed or something. Take some time for them to realize you're a treasure trove. Yeah, honestly, it seems like the main thing that actually gets people to subscribe or to become channel members is if I just publish a video that is good. Like if I ask people to become a channel member or to like, send super chat, that doesn't make people do it. And the other thing, it almost seems like it really almost seems like in YouTube's algorithm, it knows who is likely to do certain conversion events. So if you start getting like too many channel members or super chats or whatever, it'll stop sending those like high conversion event people to your channel. So in that respect, it kind of almost doesn't really seem like it seems like you're always gate capped a little bit, but it is somehow modulated. Like if you just put out like a ton of content, then YouTube knows. YouTube will just send more people to your channel. Scorching, seeing what developers go through. Let's use your talent, but I sometimes feel pretty down after listening for a while. Yeah, I don't know. My goal is not to be depressing, but unfortunately, the reality of things is sometimes depressing. But I guess if there's more information out there on the problems, then maybe they can actually get fixed. Like software development specifically, to make money at it, like the big money is almost exclusively monopolized by, like if you become a software engineer, your options to make a lot of money are pretty much all, go work in big tech, so work for the small number of big tech firms. Or if you start a business, you basically have to get into the Silicon Valley. You have to get hooked into the Silicon Valley, like the PayPal mafia, Silicon Valley, and all those people are in the Epstein files. And far from an expert, when you have friends on Twitch, if live streaming is your thing, when the stream is with 10K watchers ends, they just send all the watchers to another channel they might know. Streaming on Twitch, people have recommended that I also multi-stream on Twitch. I don't have the equipment for it now. And it's something, it's still on my to-do list to make the UI look better and stuff. That would improve the channel. But these are all things I have to put time and money into. And if it's already not making money and losing subscribers, then it's not really it's not something to double down on. Which has a view botting issue right now. Yeah, I guess I could just ignore that if they're. Sometimes there's a couple times I've started a stream and I got 9 likes right away, and I thought that's kind of strange. Just get 10K people. Yeah, if they're all bots though. But I guess unless they're not necessarily all those people will stick though. What do you need equipment wise? I think I would probably, well, actually I don't even know for sure. I mean, I don't know about so to multi-stream, I'd have to first look into what do I actually need for multi-streaming. I don't know if I can do it within I think there's a newer version of OBS maybe, so I'd have to maybe reinstall reprovision the other machine that I stream from and set everything up, and then actually test the multi-streaming process to see if that computer's fast enough. I don't know. I've never tried it before, so I don't know if the internet here is going to be good enough. It probably is. And then it's probably exceeds what that computer, I guess it might work, but the fan would probably be on like crazy. But then again, I could also you could multi-stream from those restreaming services like Streamlabs and Stream Elements or whatever. So I have an account. That's when I stream from the phone, I use that. But I think you have to pay money. You have to sign up to their $100 a month tier to stream. But if I paid $100 for that service, I would be losing money still. If it was already generating lots of revenue, then I would invest more in it. But if it's not, basically all of the money is coming from mostly the long form content, and it seems like the long form content makes the money, the shorts raises the views of the channel overall. And I actually kind of wonder, like revenue right now is down about like 95% from the peak. And I actually wonder if it's because I keep streaming. So I'm kind of interested to see what will happen if I stop streaming, if that will bring back the views. And I guess I'll also have more time to make videos. Let's see. Okay, so a bunch of these methods so they're all pretty much all implemented by the client block model context already. Are all the larger super chat contributors gone? Block. Oh, that was blocked. Don't you get better control if you multi-stream from your place? Larger super chat. Yeah, a lot of the well, I guess some of the I guess that, yeah, early on there's quite a few like kind of random $50 $50 super chats or so. Some of the I guess you're still around, and then there's another James Goodrich. He's been a pretty consistent super chatter. But at the same time, I do not really want a model where like it's a small number of people who are basically financing the whole thing. Because it's it's too much. It's too much of a burden for those people, and I don't really feel like I'm delivering as much value in return. Like if I get random, there's like 1,000 random people that give $20 because they like, they watched one of my videos and like, hey, that helped me out on this test or something. I wouldn't have an issue with that, but it's also that's kind of what I'm more interested in for two reasons. One is I think it's just a better, like the person who's giving the super chats is less likely to be disappointed, or have regret, or maybe they have like impulse control issues or something. And then the second reason is if most of the revenue comes from like one or two people, if those people, go away, then having a smaller customer base, which is it's not a good business practice. So that's why the hope is that it could be from a larger pool of people, but it also I'm not sure. It kind of seems like when the channel is trending, I guess if I have new videos out, then there's like a wider group of people that come into the live stream chat. So I guess maybe since I haven't published as many videos, that's made it filter down to less people, less distinct people. Joined late. Is the streak ending? I think I'll probably go to day 365, and then I may have to. I may have to make that. I have to have. It has to end eventually, one way or another. So I may go to 365. Like you're short about. Like you're short about low-cost housing and construction. Saving money for a truck camper for low-cost housing solution. Yeah, hopefully, technically, you could criticize that and say that I didn't include like the cost of plumbing. There's no plumbing cost and there's no septic cost. But like the housing crisis is so insane. Like we have people that just like lay out in the street and die, basically freeze to death. So even if you didn't have a septic, like you could poop in the backyard. Like we already have people that poop on the sidewalk. So what's the harm in having a house with no septic? Like we already have that, and people poop in the sidewalk. So like we have to get our priorities straight, and we could, if there was a willingness, we could fix this problem. Just build build a literal army. Like if we're about to have destabilize society and send people off to a war, why don't we just send people into the forest, get them to build some houses? Blog to get another person who can handle the chat of various. You can bounce ideas off them. You focus on code. They read chat. That would be a lot of work to coordinate. I don't really think I'm in a place to do that. Seems like you're doing two things as much. I'll be interacting with chat. Seriously hinders your coding. It said bless you and it got censored. Huh. Wow, very. That's so odd. Yeah, I may actually do one of the topics I might do at some point is like that's actually on my to-do list, is do a video about streaming. And honestly, I should make a note of that. What time is it? 22. Yeah, maybe make a record. I want to mention like the type of censor. Like I've been surprised at the type of censorship that you get when streaming, and the kinds of things that YouTube censors. Like YouTube is smart enough now. It makes me wonder how the algorithm works. And it really makes me question a bunch of other stuff. Like when you, like if saying bless you gets you censored, what other things am I being censored about? Like what things are limiting my reach that I don't know about in like every video I've ever made because I said some, I don't know, ideologically adjacent thing that the algorithm doesn't like. It builds like Like imagine if you're imagine if you're a kid in school and you say that, like, bless you, and then the teacher freaks out and you get detention for it, or you like, and then you say like other things that are actually bad and you don't get detention for it, but then you randomly get detention for like saying normal words. Think what that would like do to your behavior. That's what we're doing to everyone on social media. Nice, thanks. Glad we have a few more months. I guess it'll be we're at day 306. So what is that? 58 days? 59 days? Like others, look forward to computing virtually with a like-minded. I'll be here for a bit, but I guess there's always the stream VODs. There's 300 of them now. Piotr Karzowski says hello. How's it going? I think I'm unliked by the algorithm. Like the algorithm is watching me. Not a chatbot. That's good. I've decided that it's just not possible to know if someone's a chatbot. I know there are certain people that seem to get censored more. Been blocked so much I left before. Yeah, that's not cool. And especially like they do that to like even regular people. Like yeah, it really baffles me how so many innocuous things the AI will censor you for. It really and especially given that AI is so good now, the AI should know better. So it's getting closer and closer to like that there is some kind of, you know, some weird ulterior motive. I'm a regular people? Excellent. I'm a Polak. I'm a Polak. Chatbot is a grok for sure. I don't talk fake cool enough for a grok. I'm not really sure I understand that conversation. Even if I met Robert in person, he showed me using this account, he couldn't be sure. I don't automate it at all time at other times. That's true, but at least I know there's a person. And I guess if I met you, then I could quiz you on your comprehension of the channel. And in the very least, you'd have to read some like AI summaries about what's going on in the conversation. Sounds like something Grok could say. Grok would say. Maybe. It's an interesting comment. That's good. I'm glad you were entertained. Maybe we could discern the bots by getting them to say racist things. Probably not. It depends who's running the bot and how good it was. I think any sufficiently good bot would basically be able to I guess maybe well, I don't know. You'd have to probably I think Grok is fairly uncensored. But even so, you can still self-host them. And I guess anyone running any like if you had real serious intent to bot stuff, you'd probably self-host it. How good can you run a bot? Would you run a bot for us? I've never looked into botting ChatGPT stuff. It'd be interesting to experiment with that stuff. So you could accomplish a lot with it now. But I don't know. That's kind of outside my botting is outside my area of expertise. You'll be good. Anything you put your mind to? Well, thank you. It's very, very kind of you to say that. Right, that's one step closer to using the interface. I have, why am I? Now, and I'm a musician, audio guy. Would you like me to add some sound to your game? Probably not anytime soon. A few people have mentioned sound. I think I need to get like some better gameplay mechanics first. And I guess for a terminal game, there actually is quite a bit of code that would need to be added for that. I guess it wouldn't be probably that difficult to get it to work in like within the context of an X server, but I don't know. There's too many higher priorities in my life at the moment. Could have terminal-based audio. Only the bell. I could. I need more of a playable game first. Have an intro song ready to go. Yeah, I don't know. I might if I did, I could maybe have I did some. I have a blog post called like how to compose music from entropy and view random. I could add some like 8-bit chiptune stuff. But it's too much. Too many things, too many possibilities. one step closer. So once I have this interface, this will allow me to mock test this chunk loading class without having a ton of threads and stuff. All right, I think that's everything in here. All right, now I should be able to make an instance of this in the test case, and then I could start building the first unit tests for it. And then I think in the interface, I will have I could just have get authorized client ID, and then I don't have any of the potential game stuff loaded. I got the COVID Blues game. Would work for some sad stuff. Most of my SoundCloud stuff is this whole orchestra. Yeah, I'll if I remember, I often forget. I make commitments on stream and then I forget about it immediately. You see your SoundCloud is Mixer Quiz. I'll take a look at it if I try to remember. Absolutely. Yeah, one of the things, I mean, in terms of like, community and channel building stuff, personally, I'm not opposed at all to obviously I have to be a bit careful, but like make sure people are not spamming phishing links and stuff. But like for people who had like, do music, or they're want to share their GitHub link or something, I'd be happy to like spotlight some stuff like that. Although I'd kind of, there's a Discord channel someone started, and I kind of encouraged people to share stuff there, but that didn't really seem to take off. But I don't know, maybe we could like put them in the game or something. Like personally, I would like, I would actually like an economic model where, in exchange for like a $1 a month sponsorship, if I could just I would like add people's thing to like a list of, sponsors or something. Just an idea, but I don't know if I don't think I quite have the volume. Initially there were a few people when I was streaming who gave super chats, and I said, hey, I can just I can mention your stuff on stream, get some attention on it. But I haven't had too many takers on that. I guess it's not that the percentage of people making stuff is not that high. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there for tonight. I guess I didn't do that much, but I accomplished a portion of what I want. So probably, I guess next stream, I could actually attempt to create an instance of this in the test cases, and then begin the process of unit testing it. And then there's actually one existing bug that I'm kind of working around. Yeah, this thing here. Yeah, so for this, I tell it to drop all of the loaded regions, so forget everything, and then reload it, which is not efficient. And the reason I did that is because it's missing a signal. I think that happens on provisioning a new world. And it happens because when you update the considered regions, if it's still in an existing region, it never gets an update signal. So that should be fixed. Mixer quiz. All right, I'll end things there, and we'll be back again tomorrow night for day 307. All right, have a good night, guys.